Anyway, yeah. We want to make note that from our planning engineer to the economic development department is Anders Bloomberg, Brad Glass here from Albany Planning Board. Planning department, who's with you, Brad?
Jason Thomas from Corporation Council.
Okay. We're represented by the Consolidated Planning Board Engineer, Joe Grasso. And first of all, either department have anything? No, Brad?
Just in case they show up.
You have anything?
No.
Just to start, okay. I have to approve the minutes that were sent way back a year and it was about a half ago, May of 24. Well,
Yeah.
we have a form to do that, so I take care of that. All right, so we'll start with what the plan was tonight. I want to ask for Joe Grasso to give an update though and bring us through the 3-year progression of this one, where we are today.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Chairman. So in preparation for tonight's meeting, I took the time to go through our project files and made a log of the evolution of the project. Seeing that so much time has passed, I always think it's a good time to go back and refresh our memories as to the various steps, things that have been done and completed, and then the things that we that still have out in front of us. So back in, and I'm sure the project predates this, but back in March 2017, the city of Albany and the town of Colony approved the overlay zoning district for the entire First Prize project site. And then a few years later, in February 2020, the intermunicipal agreement was executed by both City of Albany and the town of Colony. And within that agreement, it set up the framework to form the consolidated planning board with representation from both the city and the town. 2 years after that, the Consolidated Planning Board met in January of 2023, where it selected the chair, Chairman Hyder, who's still the chair. It also selected the vice chair, and also at that meeting, it designated CHA, the firm that I represent, as the project designated engineer that would assist with the review of the project plans and reports and help to administer the requisite approvals of the project by the Consolidated Planning Board. Also at that meeting, that was the first time that plans were presented of the project by the applicant's team and began the plan review process by the Consolidated Planning Board. So that was in January 2023. A couple of months later, those plans had been revised, and that was another sketch plan review by the Consolidated Planning Board, as well as by CHA, our firm. 1 month after that, in May of 2023, we initiated the seeker review of the project. That was both by our office as well as the Consolidated Planning Board. No action was taken at that meeting in May. And then a few months later, in August of 2023, we continued the seeker review of the project by CHA. Our review at that time was primarily related to the traffic study and the traffic related impacts of the project. Then a couple months later, in December of 2023, the project came before the Consolidated Planning Board, really primarily for a seeker review. The project was discussed and no action was taken by the board at that time. Then in May of 2024, there was additional seeker review by CHA as well as the Consolidated Planning Board. And during that May 2024 meeting, the Consolidated Planning Board issued a negative declaration pursuant to a seeker for the project. Then the project went through the preliminary and final site plan design stage. So it took them almost a year to come back. I think the plans were submitted about 9 months later in early of 2025 this year. And then in March of this year, CHA as well as some various town departments, and I believe some involvement by the city was the first preliminary plan review. And that's where we got into the real technical aspects of the project. So that was in March. A couple of months later, in June 2025, CHA did the second preliminary final plan review, again issuing more comments. A few months later, in September of this year, we did our third preliminary final plan review, again issuing a comment letter to both the town and the city advising of some continued comments by our office. And then lastly, in October 31st of 2025, we have issued our most recent preliminary final plan review. That was our fourth preliminary final plan review letter. Still with some technical comments that need to be addressed. Most of the site issues had been addressed to our satisfaction, but most of our comments at that time focused on the improvements out to Exchange Street. So that was our last review letter, and that brings us to tonight, November of 2025, where we believe the project is ready for final plan review by the Consolidated Committee. So obviously there's been a lot of evolution of the plans through the years, and most importantly, the most recent months. And the project is being continued to be reviewed by both departments at the City of Albany as well as within the town of Colony. And my understanding, trying to follow along with those reviews, is that there are technical comments that remain, but most of the comments are not, I would say, site plan related, and things that would not change the look or feel of the project or any of the comments that had previously made by the Consolidated Planning Board during earlier reviews of the project. So the project does very typically, when a project gets to this point in time, it's considered for a conditional final site plan review by the board having jurisdiction over it, and that's where we think that the project is. We do think that any of the future comments to be addressed will not materially change the plans that are before us tonight. That's where we stand in terms of status.
Thank you, Joe. I don't know, should we have Bill for that is before the public meeting?
So this is kind of where it's up to the applicant. We don't have a quorum. They obviously can't vote. If you'd like to do an update, you can.
Yeah.
You can hold off on the update till we have a quorum as well.
Very brief.
Okay. So it's totally his
First of all,
call.
thank you. Yeah, that was succinct and obviously clearly accurate. You know, when Joe had mentioned the last meeting we had 18 months ago, when the board issued a neg deck, interestingly, I went back and looked at the minutes, and it said the next meeting will be for final site plan approval 18 months ago. The other thing I just want to mention is, and Joe had mentioned it, the issue that was preventing a vote on final site plan approval at the time was utilities, right? Because we have this unique complexities of one site and two municipalities serving the site for utilities. So what we did after that last meeting, and Joe was intimately involved, you know, we had for almost 7 months a series of meetings on a very regular basis with the City of Albany department heads, the Town of Colony department heads, council, outside council, just to figure out how the utilities were going to serve the site. So that really got us to almost the beginning of this year. It was resolved where the city, it kind of became very simple after spending a bunch of months in the conversation with both municipalities. So that the sanitary sewer service will be the City of Albany, and the water will be the Town Colony, you know, regardless of where the building is. So that was it was a lengthy exercise, but it was a good example of municipal cooperation, and kind of came together and understood what to do, and it worked out well. And so, you know, where we've been for the last probably 6 months since, Joe had mentioned, that led to Dan Hirschberg's office putting in, you know, a few rounds of engineering plans to update the utilities, which was done. Comments from both municipalities, comments from us, from the board designated engineer, that have all been answered. I think one significant note is There's been, apart from the utilities on how they're gonna serve the site, there's been no changes, no other changes to the site plan that the board and the municipalities have seen. You know, whether it's circulation, whether it's landscaping, whether it's layout, that hasn't changed, you know, since the last board meeting, and frankly, hasn't changed in probably 2 years. So I just wanted to note that, but otherwise, there's really nothing else to add.
So for the next meeting, I would recommend, because there's no quorum, we reschedule this to whenever we usually, what do we hold this, the second Monday, third Monday? And because of where it falls in the holidays, if everybody is available, we schedule it for the first. We-
Just procedurally, so
For-
the public, was the meeting publicly noticed?
Yeah.
It was.
So, yeah.
So,
I think we should have the public,
Yeah.
open the public hearing. Have it, we
Yeah,
just won't
agreed.
close it.
Just
Yeah,
close.
yeah.
Agreed.
But acknowledge it, and see if there's anybody from the public that.
Wants to speak and then
Yeah.
schedule the next one, make this the recording available, and then the next meeting would be for a final consideration.
Continue the hearing, then
Yeah.
close it, hopefully vote.
Correct.
So what date are you looking at?
I'm,
The third month
I'm
of
gonna-
December is the
I had
15th.
proposed the 15th.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna be out of town, I'm gonna be in California, so switch that, you leave 15, the 12th to the 19th. I'm
And-
gonna be on the 15th, I mean, I'm already.
so, and then from an appointment standpoint, we're missing.
Right, Brad, do you wanna?
Yeah, Brad, do you want to weigh in on when you believe there will be a new person appointed to the Consolidated Planning Board so that we can schedule this?
The question, identify the member,
So
plan to make sure that's forward to.
should we hold off on scheduling until we have an answer from Brad?
No, because that appointment just comes from the mayor's office, there's no legislative action needed.
You don't need to have 5 members, you need a quorum.
Okay, can we make sure that somebody from the city of Albany is here next time? Regardless of who it is?
Preferably at
Yeah,
least one
that's
of the
because-
same members.
Because if we go through this exercise and show up and there's no quorum, that would be, yeah.
You're setting a date 2 weeks from now. That's pretty.
It's actually 3.
3 weeks.
So if we go.
How much time do you need?
I'm not the one that's acting, so I can't speak to how much time I need.
Okay,
But you'll know how much time ahead,
I think
once we set it.
going in the third.
Yeah, so let's look at the 8th, 'cause Paul's going on the 12th, that, you know, we have to avoid that. So
we,
if the, instead of the 4th Tuesday, the third Tuesday, no, I'm sorry, the third
Second.
Tuesday, second Tuesday, the 8th.
That's the Monday, are you talking about Monday?
Monday.
December
Monday,
8th.
I'm not gonna be here.
Okay, so can we go to the 9th?
Yeah, we,
Ninth.
okay,
9th is Tuesday.
9th,
yeah.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
When's my?
The week before and the week after, so we're safe.
Oh, so you're safe on the 9th?
Yeah, so we're safe on the 9th.
Yeah, I'm good on the night.
Do you think that's enough time?
Tuesday.
Yes.
Yeah, Tuesday the 9th, right?
I've identified a new prospective member
But
that I'm going to put forward as a possible appointment. I've confirmed their availability on Mondays. Spoken on Tuesdays, and just putting that out there as a potential way.
we just need somebody. We need 3 people.
Artificially on two,
Yeah,
so it's.
that's true.
Marking, that's
Marking glass, I mean, you still have 4 or 5.
Roger, how is the ninth look for here? I'm cleared up.
Harvey,
I'm
This room here? This room?
Yeah.
Yes.
You need a bigger room to check them.
This
I don't
we don't need a bigger room.
smaller.
Haven't needed a bigger room. Find somebody.
We haven't needed a bigger room in 3 years.
What do you mean,
Great.
bigger closet?
Yeah, the 9th, 6 P.M., usual time.
From a procedural standpoint, we're not renoticing because
It's noticed.
it was noticed and it's open.
Changing date, I would recommend that you renotice it.
For the meeting.
Well,
Or changing your regular meeting date.
Yeah.
But
As
the-
far as putting a public notice, or just our state, where do we post the notice for?
it's not in the spotlight, so We'll send out another one. That's fine. Just for, and it'll be just for a public meeting, not for a public hearing, because that's tonight.
Continuation.
Yeah.
Yeah, continuation.
But you're gonna extend the public
Yeah.
It's gonna continue.
to then, right?
Yeah.
Continuation.
All same time? Yeah, you heard.
I guess we don't have to adjourn because,
So Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, if you wanna open the public hearing.
Yeah.
oh, that's over. Oh, that, so you guys, oh, have at it.
Ask if anybody would.
Do we need a motion for that?
I guess so.
The only one guy.
Yeah.
Make a motion.
I was just saying, right.
I was second.
Yeah, but-
No, I understand that.
Yeah, that's.
But we gotta open the public meeting. So the public meeting open?
Would anybody like to
I
speak?
said, is the public
Yeah.
meeting open?
Yes.
Okay, at that point, is there anybody here who'd like to speak on this project? Have any questions on the project? Okay, there being no answer, we're gonna adjourn the public meeting until December 9th, correct?
Correct.
Keep the meeting open till the 9th, and further comment to be made at that
Yes.
point by the public. Right,
Yes.
so at this point, we'll adjourn that public meeting,
Sounds good.
okay?